Hi, and welcome to episode 103. So today I'm going to be talking to you about keeping mentally and physically fit and also sort of creating that home office work balance. And so you may have noticed I'm the only one here. No Emily today. Unfortunately, she's been a bit sick, so she's laid up in bed, and so you've just got me for the day. So probably quite a relevant topic, I guess. So first of all, in the last few episodes, we've been talking a lot about physical things with your business. So, things like setting up your home office and, working with freelancers and things like that. And I guess today we're going to focus more on you and, what you can be doing to keep yourself in shape and basically, in top of your game for running your own business. So this can be for if you're running your own business at home, or even if you're running your business out of a small office. These points that we're going to cover are still relevant. So if I'm referring to home office, it doesn't matter. It's any office really. So the first one that we want to touch on is keeping fit. Now, keeping fit is important because a lot of the time, if you're doing an online business, you're actually sitting in front of a computer. And obviously sitting down isn't the best position for your body always. So you want to make sure that you're taking regular breaks. And when you do take those breaks, you're actually doing something, not just, say, going and getting a cup of coffee. It might be that you want to go and do some stretches in the hallway, or go for a 5-minute walk, or even if you can't get away from your desk, you could do some stretches by your desk. I think we've touched on before in a previous episode that you can get now these elevated desks. So you don't need to be sitting all the time. Maybe you share your day with part sitting and part standing whilst you're working. So there's a few elements around that. The other side of it is also getting regular exercise. Now, make sure that you program in your week to get generally 20 to 30 minutes of exercise a day. And that could be as simple as walking the dog. It could be as simple as putting some headphones on, walking around the block when you get home from work, or once you finish work if you're working from home. So build these things in. You don't need to be going and doing the gym. You don't need to be an avid runner, up in the hills running and doing, extreme sort of fitness events. You can keep it quite simple and just manage it in your own way. So all of the stuff we're talking about today is managing it in your own way to suit you. Okay, so physically fit is where you want to be. You want to make sure that your body is, getting the fitness it needs to stay fresh and vibrant and not get to they call about RSI, where you're sitting down and not moving much, or doing the same movements with, say, mouse movements on your hands. You can avoid all of that stuff by doing stretches and things. And some of that can be sedentary. You can actually do arm stretches and, sort of stretching the arms and anything like that, whilst you're sitting at your desk, just to get some blood moving around your body. Okay, so the second part is being mentally fit. So this is really important, obviously, because, you want to be well in your job. You want to be on point with your, brain functions. You want to be able to do tasks and achieve them well and in a good time. You don't want brain fog and all the rest of it. So being able to manage your mental stress and mental situation is really important. So look to do things that break up those stress events. So if you're stressed out about something, sometimes there's ways and means of dealing with that mental stress. One is that old saying of, a problem shared is a problem halved. So have some support network around you, whether that's your partner or whether that's your like a business mentor that you can contact and have a chat with them when you're stressed out about something. And you'll find that that really does reduce that stress level. Another item that you can do is doing some meditation. So meditating at the start of the day or when you're stressed. And meditation doesn't need to be, a big thing. It doesn't need to be this big blown out sort of, event that you have to do each day. You can simply meditate by just breathing properly and taking time and focusing on your breathing for 3 or 4 minutes. And that's just stopping, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, and just continue doing that and just focus on breathing rather than thinking about the problem that you're looking at. Actually just focus on the breath, breathing in and that breathing out. And you'll find that if you do that for a few minutes, you will be more relaxed and you will have reduced some of that stress. So mental fitness is important in business, because particularly if you're starting your own business, you are going to find stresses that you haven't had before. So being able to manage those stresses on a daily basis is really important. Okay, so the third item is keeping healthy. Now, you want to keep healthy because what you put in your body is how your body's going to perform. Okay, so that's how your physical body and your mental body is going to perform. So if you're filling it full of sugary rubbish, chances are you're going to get a sugar high and then like a low period. So you want to make sure that you are eating healthy, and the best way of doing that is to actually sit and plan your week out. Do a bit of a meal plan, do a bit of a snack plan. So part of it is actually planning your breaks as well. So when you have a break, make sure that you've got some healthy food that you can snack on, so you don't get caught out, because a lot of the time when we do these bad habits is when we haven't planned and we get caught out. And so we find ourselves having a break and we're hungry and we haven't got any food. So what do? Go to the shop or go to the vending machine or, go to the cupboard and grab the nearest and quickest thing. And sometimes that's not the best food that we want to be eating. So I guess it's around planning for that sort of keeping healthy side of it. And the last one, sort of point number 4 that I wanted to touch on, is that work-life balance. Okay, so it's really important that you set up some, and I saw a good post on Instagram the other day about your non-negotiables. Okay, so when you're starting your business, set up some non-negotiables, and they will, part of that will be around that work-life balance. So the things that you're not going to negotiate on. So, for example, a good one, not necessarily work-life balance, is emails. A non-negotiable for me is I'm not going to have my inbox filled with junk emails. So I'm very full on with spamming in terms of sending emails to spam if I don't want them, or setting up filters so I don't get a whole lot of junk in my inbox. Another one of those with work-life balance is setting up that routine. So non-negotiable for you could be that you set up a routine that you're not going to work beyond a certain hour, or you're going to always drop the kids off at school in the morning and then you're going to do your work. Whatever works for you. You set up that work-life balance so you have good balance with your partner, whether it's your husband or your wife or, a fiance or whatever situation you're in. Set up so you're not working all the time. You've got time for them. You've got time for the children. You've got time for your pets, and all the rest of it. It's working out that sort of way that you can balance that out. And another one of those work-life sort of balance things is, your home office. So if you're setting up a home office, you could actually dual purpose that. So like a combo room, like a office workout room combo, where you actually have your office with your computer, but you also have your fitness equipment in there as well. So that might be a nice sort of segue from working during the day to spending some time with your partner in the evening, is that you stop working and you do some exercise in that same room. And basically it's a kind of a transition between that work area and then, your home area. And it's really important when you're working from home that you have those separate areas and those segregations of time, because otherwise you get the blur, where one part will blur into another, where your work life blurs into your home life, and that's when things can really affect relationships and all those things. So set those non-negotiables in the beginning, and if you're already in business and you're already finding it a bit hard to work out that sort of thing, that's fine. It's just a matter of trying to set it up so it works for you. And that might be that you actually go and you stop work one day and you actually go and write a plan for yourself. So you actually take some time away from work and write a plan, and then change your routine and change your habits. So that's the sort of thing there. There's actually things that you can use to help you do this, like tools, like planners. So you can set up a planner, and there's apps and things like that. So you can use an app. Plenty of apps on your phones and things. So, for example, I've got an Apple Watch, and it reminds me to get up and stand every, 2 hours or whatever it is. If I'm if I've been sitting for too long, it just sends me a wee notification, and just as a mental reminder, hey, you need to get up, and because sometimes you're deep within a task. So utilize those apps. I mean, there's one called the Calm app, which is it's like for meditation. So you can use that app to help guide you through some meditation if you're not familiar with how to meditate and you want to get started. Have a look on the app stores. There's heaps of stuff you can download, and they're not generally the free apps. You don't have to pay for them. So use the tools that are out there. So the key things are here to plan and refine what works for you, okay? So remember, starting your business is going to be stressful, and so your mental, physical wellness and health is important. I guess run that for a bit and then make some time to fine-tune that plan, because you're not going to get it right from the beginning. So you want to be able to be flexible enough to actually modify that plan if you need to. And you also want to be able to deviate from it. Okay, so if you're finding that your plan is in place, but on one particular week or one particular day you need more family time or whatever it is, don't be afraid to deviate from your plan if it means other areas are going to receive more sort of positive input. So you need to have flexibility with your plan as well. And I think probably one of the last points I'd like to make is, a lot of the time you go and start your own business because it gives you time flexibility. That's one of the greatest things about owning your own business, is you've got this time flexibility that you wouldn't have had working a 9 to 5 for someone else. So don't lose that fact, and that could be one of your non-negotiables, is that you want to maintain time flexibility in everything that you do. So make sure that whatever plan you do for your mental and physical health is maintaining that time flexibility, because that actually helps to assist all of those things. Being able to just get up and go for a run in the middle of the day when you're on your own business is absolute time flexibility, and absolutely awesome for your own health and mental well-being. Okay, so that's about all we have sort of want to cover today. Unfortunately, you just had me, but hopefully Emily will be back on board next week. If you're watching this on YouTube and you like the video, give us a thumbs up, make a comment, or subscribe to our channel. And I look forward to seeing you next week with episode 104. And have a good week. Make sure you're doing productive stuff and getting that work-life balance good. Okay, guys, that's all for now. We'll see you next time.